first let's make sure this is the right sway bar. If it's the right sway bar, the ends are going to be in the same place. So I want to put this up like that. And for the most part, they are in the same place. Very good, Cusco. Okay, yes. So you can tell this is what they use to keep the bushing or the sway bar from shifting left to right. All right, I've never seen that on a sway bar before. It's pretty cool. The ones on the Cusco bar are welded. There are these little rings that are welded on here. These look like they've just been pressed onto here or something. I'm not really sure how that works, but that's what keeps it from moving. All right. So like I mentioned earlier, this has a sweep to it, or like it dips right here towards the left, going downward. The Cusco sway bar doesn't do that. It's just straight. Okay. Let's get some diameters. Let's measure the left diameter. All right, the Cusco left diameter is about 24 millimeters. All right. The stock Toyota Rav4 Prime one is actually a little bit smaller. Yeah, a little bit smaller than the other one was a little bit more than 24. This one's a little bit smaller than 24. We probably want to use the new bushings. All right, they might be different enough where we should probably do that. Okay, so I'm going to measure. I guess it doesn't really matter with that one. We'll just measure this one for the center. The center, 23.4. Again, 23.5. All right, 23.5 millimeters. Cusco sway bar, 24. All right, so the Cusco sway bar, it looks like it's about 0.5 millimeter thicker than the stock Toyota one. Okay, I'm gonna go measure. I'm gonna measure this. Let's do the centers. The center is 24. Right, I know it's upside down, but it says 24. Okay. Okay, the center is 23.5. So there's that 1 millimeter, and then one more. We'll do right center and then the right. Okay. All right, right center. 23.3, even smaller. 23.4. Let's say that's 23.5. All right, and then this should be 24, right? 24.28. Wow, it's more. Not very consistent measurements. All right, there's a 24 there. All right, now we're going to measure the ends. The right end, the Toyota sway bar is 23.3. 23.3 again, okay, and then Cusco 24.24. Well, that's a little bit more now. Yeah, 24.4. Okay, so it looks like the diameter of the bar kind of varies by 1 millimeter on each of the bars. Okay, this one is this one's a little bit smaller than this one. I don't think it's enough to make a big difference. What could make a difference is. What makes the biggest difference between the Cusco sway bar, from what I've heard, and the Toyota one is the Toyota one is hollow. The Cusco one is a solid sway bar. So to do that, okay, there's a couple ways that we could do this. We can tap the bar. All right, so what we're going to do is tap the bar with a little wrench here. All right, not too hard so we don't scratch it or anything. Okay, that's the Toyota one. It definitely sounds different. It definitely makes a different sound. Okay, yeah, I don't really gather anything for that. But one way we can check is to see which one has more weight to it. All right, if it's got more weight, that means it's got more metal. That means it's not hollow. Right? Okay, so to do this, we're going to weigh the sway bars. All right, let's weigh the Toyota one. I have a luggage scale here. That's what we're going to use to weigh it. I'm going to hook it right here. Just pick it up. Okay, I got the stock sway bar here on the luggage scale. All right, and it looks like we are 3.5 pounds. Almost 4, but 3.5. Not very heavy at all. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go pick up the Cusco one. Oh yeah, this Cusco one definitely has more heft. All right, here's the Cusco one. The Cusco bar is 6 pounds. Maybe just a tad bit more than 6 pounds. All right. So it's almost twice as heavy as the stock one. All right. So that would mean it's stiffer. All right. Twice the stiffness. All right. Almost twice the stiffness. All right. So I'll put a subtitle below how much stiffer this bar is to the stock one. There was some kind of percent that they gave, like 25 or 50% or something. It's almost twice as heavy. All right. So what we found out is it's roughly half a millimeter. Yeah, it's roughly half a millimeter thicker than the stock sway bar, and it's also it's almost twice as heavy. All right, 3.5 pounds versus 6 pounds. All right, so it's almost twice as heavy, almost. All right, cool deal. Okay, so that does it for the Cusco and stock Toyota RAV4 Prime sway bar. I don't know if they have any different sway bars for the different RAV4 vehicles. All right, I'd imagine the front wheel drive probably has a different sway bar than the rear wheel drive version. All right, but I think maybe all the all-wheel drives probably have the same sway bar. All right, but there might be different sway bars. I do know that the RAV4 Prime had like stiffer suspension put in it because it's heavier. All right, so you got to factor that in. But on a RAV4 Prime, there you go. It's almost twice as heavy compared to a RAV4 Prime SE rear sway bar. All right, 2021 RAV4 Prime SE, and it's almost twice the weight. All right, so that means it's stiffer. Yeah. All right, let's go install this.